Yo, what's up, guys? Um, UFC 314 has just wrapped up today. Well, it was a couple hours ago, but holy shit, we need to talk about this. I'm so happy. This was such a good card. So yeah, we'll go through it. We'll talk about the fights. So yeah, we'll start from the early prelims. Um, I was being honest, I didn't watch this fight, but yeah, I forgot who I even picked. I don't really care who I picked though. I didn't watch this fight. I heard it was an absolute war, but um, I picked Marco Tulio. So yeah, cool. Um, this fight I heard it was a split decision for some reason. I heard it was pretty one-sided, and I picked this Chinese guy and he won. So yeah, I'm not gonna go over the fights I didn't watch. I did watch Cedric Dumas versus Michael Oleg Suzuki, whatever this guy's name is. Um, I didn't know this Michal guy is in the fighting nerds. He's not an actual fighting nerd, but like he's in the fighting nerds wearing their glasses. Maybe if I knew that, I would have picked it. But um, yeah. No, I just he's this guy's shit, but I didn't know the Cedric Dumas would be even shitter, and he got knocked out pretty quick. Um, it was called late stoppage. He was smashing. Michelle was smashing his head in. So yeah, I picked Cedric Dumas. Michelle or Cedric Duke. He won. Cool. I didn't know he was in the fighting nerds, so that's cool. So yeah, um, onto the prelims. Pretty dead early prelims, but a good prelims. It was an alright prelims one. Yep, next fight on the first fight of the prelims, not the early prelims. Darren Elkins is a Julian Erosa. I picked Julian Erosa. I didn't really know these two guys, but he was the favorite. And what the hell was this fight? This Julian Rodriguez was so slow. Like, he just couldn't finish him to save his life. But this guy was like half dead the entire fight. It was just so weird. Like, this guy was just like stumbling everywhere. He was just rocked the entire fight. But this Julian Rodriguez guy was so slow. He just couldn't finish him. So that was just like super weird fight. Um, yeah, the ref finally stopped it after a bit after having a. That was just so weird. What a weird fight. I picked Julian Erosa, so yeah, cool. Um, next one, Chase Hooper versus Jim Miller. Um, I picked Chase Hooper and Chase Hooper won. It wasn't. It was a pretty good performance. I think Chase Hooper won every single round, or he might have lost the first round. Nah, I don't care to be honest, but he dominated him in the grappling. It wasn't the most eventful fight, but Chase Hooper, I still respect him. He's still good, and Jim Miller, he's not an easy opponent. He's a veteran. He's a crafty vet with meaty hooks. No, but he's just a tough opponent. Chase Super did what he had to do to win, and fair enough. I hope he can come back better next time. So yeah. Next fight, Jan Janan versus Werner Jandiroba. I picked Werner Jan will fight. Werner Jandiroba dominated her and grappling her the entire fight. So yeah. That happened. I got a significant strike. 11. Yep, so big Savannah. Next fight, Dan Ige. Last fight of the prelims, Dan Ige versus Sean Woodson. I picked Dan Ige. For some, yeah, this was a KO in the third round. I didn't think this was an early stoppage, to be honest. He was getting his head. Sean Woodson was getting like 30 unanswered strikes to his head, man, from Dan Ige. But is it the I don't understand the judging scorecards because I think Sean Woodson was up to I don't know, I have to rewatch the fight, but I think Sean Woodson was easily winning 2 rounds. And it's just weird how like all three judges gave the first 2 rounds to Dan Ige. It's just so weird. Like yeah. But I picked Dan Ige and he got it done by KO. I think I picked that too. So yeah, cool. Um it wasn't an early stoppage, I think it was a fine stoppage. Judging scorecards are a bit weird, but yeah, we'll move on. Um, yeah. Okay, on to the main card. Holy shit. Alright, first fight. Nikita Krylov versus Dominic Reyes. I picked Dominic Reyes. as the underdog. Um, Holy shit, Dominic Reyes is back. I was even saying, oh, he's Dominic Reyes is confident again. He's looking good. He's confident. He's a great striker. He just needs his confidence back, and he's got it. He's on a roll now. He's very active now, and that's what we saw. We saw an absolute. We just saw him go out there and do what he needed to do, mate, which was knocking Nikita Krylov the fuck out. This guy should stay, should fucking not fight for another 2 years, man. This guy's shit, man. Dominic Reyes did the fucking Jose Aldo's Conor McGregor, fucking knocked him out. Um, Mate, pretty quick into the first round too, mate. So, fuck, that was excellent moment. I'm so happy for Dominic Reyes. This was such a good moment. I was a bit scared coming into this, but Dominic Reyes is that good, and he needs us. He is really. I think he might be entering his second prime. Who should he fight for now? I think he should fight. Nah, I would say Jan Boho. I think he'd beat Jan Bohovic now. Yeah, I think he'd beat Jan Bohovic now. Um, Jan Bohovic, he'll you can ask him. No, I don't know. Carlos Olberg. We'll have to see there, but Dominic Reyes, I'm looking. He can fight with the top contenders now. You don't. No one does this to Nikita Krylov, bro. No one does this. So yeah, respect to Dominic Reyes. So happy for him. Not incredible knockout. Nice job. Alright. Um, second fight on the card. Bryce Mitchell versus John Silver. I picked Bryce Mitchell. I thought his grappling would overpower John Silver, but I was proven wrong massively. What a performance by John Silver. I really underestimated John Silva. I didn't. This was a whole new John Silva. Like we know how good his striking is, but his grappling is crazy. He's so good. This guy's going to be a problem for the featherweight division. If you can do this, man, he did like a Ilya Topuria type performance against Bryce Mitchell. I think Ilya did a better performance though, but this guy's going to be a problem for any featherweight contender, or maybe the new champion. We'll see how it goes the next couple of years, but man, what a fighter! Um, I really wanted Bryce Mitchell to win. John Silver was pissing me off, but I'm happy John Silver got the win. It was an incredible performance. Bryce Mitchell, he got submitted with a ninja choke. He got knocked down in the first round. Um, for some reason, I gave the first round to Bryce Mitchell, but looking back, probably not. I didn't get knocked down in the first round actually, but looking back, probably not because yeah, it's just Bryce was just doing like leg kicks and stuff. And John Silver obviously putting the grappling takedowns, but no, it was actually. I don't know what I'm talking about. I forgot what happened in the first round, but I know I got flamed for thinking Bryce won the first round, but John Silver knocked him down the second round and did a ninja choke on him. It was fucking, and he put him out. He put him out the choke. So crazy performance. He's got the full package. John Silver, the takedown defense, the grappling. He's really good. He's going to be a problem. Respect to John Silver. It's just annoying to see Bryce Mitchell get done like that, but fair play, John Silver. So I got that pick wrong, but it's alright. Um, Next fight, Yair Rodriguez versus Patricio Pitbull. I picked Patricio Pitbull, which I don't know why I did, to be honest. Patricio Pitbull is just too old. He just doesn't have the UFC experience. The experience is not the UFC experience, and I was proven wrong. But yeah, that was nothing too much happened in the fight, but the last round was crazy. It was just like I think he still won the last round because he knocked him down, but it was just like it's still back and forth, just crazy and like grappling and shit. But yeah, who's Patricio people gonna fight now, mate? I don't know. Who's John Silver? I'm not gonna talk about that, but because I don't really know who John Silver's gonna fight. Uh, but who, mate, Patricio, because he's in the UFC, Patricio people now. I don't know, but who's Yair Rodriguez gonna fight? Diego Lopez, and we'll talk about that more after. We'll talk about that more after. But good performance by Yair Rodriguez. He keeps talking. He's at that the post-fight press conference. He's saying, um, how he wants to fight the champion. I'm not gonna talk about the champion yet. You probably already know. I don't get it's by Volk, and he's fucking delusional. But you got smashed the first time. I just, oh my god, you're gonna fight Diego Lopez, bro. Alright, and we'll talk about that. So shut up, yeah. You're not getting a title shot. So we'll talk about it later. But next fight, yeah, I got that pick wrong. Should have picked yeah, I know what I was thinking. But next fight, Michael Chandler versus Paddy Pimblett. Holy shit. I picked Paddy. Oh, look at these stats. Oh, holy domination from Pimblett. Absolutely insanity. Paddy Pimblett, I said he was going to win by finish, and he did exactly that. That was an absolute domination. The judges were fucked tonight. The judges gave the no, three of the judges, all three judges gave the first round to Michael Chandler. He do in the first round? What did Michael Chandler do in the first round? Michael Chandler just crotch sniffed, didn't even land any significant hits. Just crotch sniffed, just threw missed shots, man. Paddy Pimble was smacking his head with elbows, man. So what the fuck are the judges thinking, bro? But um, and then Paddy went out there and smashed him in the second round. It was just not like, and I think it was a 10-8 the second round, and then the third round I don't. I'm half asleep. I don't remember what happened. I gotta rewatch these fights back, but it was insane. And Paddy just like kneed him in the head, cut him open. It was just smashing him on the ground, fucking smashing him, man. And um, mate, mate, Michael Chandler. No one has ever done that to Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler looked, he looked fucked. I was like, cool. And um, wow. And he smashed him, dominated him, smashed him. Paddy Pimblett's going to be a future champion. I'm telling you right now, Paddy Pimblett, he is so good. In the last two fights, from the Bobby Green fight, from the Tony Ferguson from the Tony Ferguson fight, he's improved so much. Like in the 2 years span, like less than 2 years span, a year and a half span, he's improved massively, and he's just only going to keep improving. No one has done this to Michael Chandler. And I'm already prepared for all like the people that can say, "Oh, Michael Chandler's so washed. Paddy Pimblett beat this washed Michael Chandler." Bro, what about Charles? What about the win over? What about the Charles Oliveira win over Michael Chandler? People were glazing Charles, saying he should fight Islam after beating Chandler. Bro, what are you talking about? And now people are going to try to discredit this win just because it's Paddy Pimblett, mate. I'm not going to take any of this bullshit. Shut the fuck up. Paddy Pimblett's going to be champion, and I could legit see him beating the top lightweights, man. Like, maybe even Charles. Charles is getting older now. We have to take that into account. He's getting older, and no one has done a performance like this against Michael Chandler. And no one has. So let's go over Michael Chandler's all his fights. He knocked out Dan Hooker, and then he got knocked out by Charles Oliveira. But let's not forget, in that first round of that fight, it was Michael Chandler did a 10-8 round on Charles, nearly knocked him out. Alright, and then he lost to who did he lose the next? He lost to Justin Gaethje. He lost to Justin Gaethje in a war. It was a back and forth war, but Justin Gaethje won the fight. But he was still, they both fucking copped it, man. And then he fought Tony Ferguson, knocked him out, but was getting smashed in the first round by Tony Ferguson. And then fought Dustin Poirier and was dominating Dustin Poirier pretty much the whole fight. And then lost, and then got submitted in the third round. So, and then fought Charles Oliveira, where he got just dominated by like no real significant damage or anything the whole 5 rounds. So, and then you got Paddy over here, absolutely dominates him all 3 rounds, absolutely and actually KO. This is so I hope this win. I hope people really appreciate how good this win is. People will appreciate once they come around to realizing that no one has ever done this to Michael Chandler and came out unscathed, mate. Even by Charles Oliveira, mate. I know, mate. He was fucking nearly got knocked down the last round, mate. But in the last fight, but this is such a good win. No one has dominated Michael Chandler like this and came off so unscratched. Paddy looked like he didn't even had one punch. He didn't have one scratch in him. He looked fine, man. This was an amazing performance. Paddy Pimblett will be a future champion. I'm telling you right now. This guy kid is so good. He keeps proving everybody wrong, and I respect him so much for it, Paddy. You got my respect, bro. You're an absolute amazing fighter. This guy has the whole package. So yeah, what a crazy fighter. But Michael Chandler, I think it's time to hang it up. You're not that good anymore, but yeah, you're not that good anymore against top competition like Paddy Pimblett and the rest of these guys. Maybe you can hang out in the. Maybe you can fight Conor McGregor. I don't care. Just fuck it. I don't know about Michael Chandler. Let's just not talk about him. He can heal from his domination. But the main event. Alright, the main event. Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez. Oh my goodness. This was the happiest day of my life. This was firstly we got to see Paddy Pimblett dominate Michael Chandler. I was so happy, man. And the sports bar was thrilled about that too. But then Volk versus Lopez. I picked Volk. I said he was gonna win by either decision or like a late TKO. And I said, you know what? This is watch my video. Watch my video. I said Lopez is not skilled enough to put out Volk like these other guys. If you still watch the other fights, even the Ilya Taporia fight, mate, Volk's striking so good in that fight until Ilya, you can't. There's nothing you can do. He's gonna try to find that perfect combo that entire fight and that power. You can't stop it. But Diego Lopez, he's not a fighter like that. He's knocking out bums with no head defense, man, and he's just throwing wild hooks. He has no good head defense. He doesn't, and he got proved in this fight. He got proved in this fight. Um, Round one, Volk smashed him. It was a pretty one-sided round, mate. Volk was popping the jab, mate. He's looking real good, mate. He was fucking dodging the massive hooks from Lopez, mate. Then started smashing him on the ground. Um, we'll go, yeah. And then second round, more of the same, very one-sided. And then, but Volk did get dropped in like a exchange in the end of the round, but it wasn't that bad of a drop. Like, it wasn't. It was a knock. Definitely, it was a knockdown, but it wasn't that bad because Volk got up pretty quick, like recovered quickly, and was at the end of the round. But bro, everyone was shitting themselves, man. The sports bars, everyone was shitting themselves. I was shitting myself. I was like, fuck no, man. I was still like, nah, Volk can get this. This is, Volk's not losing this. Third round, Volk easily won, just doing more of the same. We'll go over the pros and cons of like each. Yeah, and then fourth round, I think, I think Volk. Yeah, you know what? I don't know. I think it's either four. I gotta rewatch the fight, but I think I gave it a 4-1 Volk. 3-2, 4-1 Volk. I don't care, but I have to rewatch the fight. But I don't know. Did he lose the fourth round? I don't think he did, to be honest, because there's like a scurry. Like Lopez was like on him at the end of the round after Volk was winning the most of the round, but he didn't really. Volk was punching back. He was punching back when Lopez was pushing forward and attacking forward. Volk was like striking back and he was landing punches back. So I don't feel like that was significant enough to win the round, but for Lopez. But in the fifth round, Volk I think won that round. Um, Firstly, let's go over why the fuck are so many people saying, "Oh, Volk, Volk was running." I swear, no, this is becoming a bad habit in the UFC. It feels like people just want fighters to get knocked out. It's like they think fighters don't have a game plan. Like I think they don't want fighters to even have a game plan at this point. They just want like if one fighter, if the fighter they're versing has knockout power, I think they just want them to just stand in front of them and let themselves be absolute stone cold KO'd, mate. But that's not how it is, mate. They're fighting for everything. They're fighting for a world title, and you're expecting this cunt to fucking start brawling. Are you fucking serious, mate? It's not the BMF. Shut up, the fucking B. It's a fucking BMF belt, mate. It's a fucking world title, mate. This guy's 36 years old, coming off 2 KO losses, and against a young and hungry fucking knockout artist of Diego Lopez, and you want him to fucking brawl with him, mate. Are you serious, cunt? Bro, Volk actually fucked Diego Lopez up. Let's talk about the what Volk did really good. Those jabs were insane. Lopez has really bad head defense. He has a granite chin. He has a really good chin, but his head defense is shit. He copped so many jabs from Lopez. I feel like they go like people just forget about how many jabs fucking Lopez got smashed straight to the dome. Man. It was actually insane, man. Um, it was fucking insane. So many just fucking jabs to the dome of fucking Lopez, man. I don't know how he ate all those, man. And mate, Volk's chin held up. Like I don't know how he even got any. I don't know how it got better than it used to be, mate. Like Lopez was landing some hard shots in him, and he tanked most of them. But one of them got in, but he was kind of leaning back at the same time too. But it did get him good. But so that led to that one knockdown. But it was insane the amount of hard shots he was taking. And let's not forget about these people that are going, oh, no, I just want to brawl with you. Bro, Volk was beating Lopez in the pocket. Any exchange in the pocket, Volk was fucking using his head defense. And he was fucking uppercutting him. He was fucking smashing him right up and close and brawling in the pocket, man. I guess people just forget about that. And it's just gay, man, how people just forget about that. But he was fucking smashing him in the pocket, man. So fucking kudos, bro. Insane. Insane performance, man. But yeah, his head held up. Um, Lopez had really good takedown defense. That really surprised me. But at the end of the day, Volk didn't even need his grappling, which was so impressive. This was vintage Volk. This was old Volk. This is what Volk needs to fight like. And I think after seeing this, Volk will beat Movsai. No, I had it without a doubt. I think Volk would, without a doubt, I knew Volk would have won this fight. I think he will beat Movsarov too. And I don't know. I think he definitely gets another title defense, but it's absolutely phenomenal. Volk is top three best of all time. Jones, Volk, and GSP, top three best of all time. Undisputed. Volk is just insane. He's insane. Volk is the featherweight GOAT, and this was one of the most impossible feats that could have been. This is probably one of the best feats in the whole of UFC to achieve. And just give it a bit, and people will realize how like people are already giving like like so I congratulate like obviously realize how good this is, but like once if Volk manages to he'll if when Volk manages to get a title defense, people will realize how insane this was. He went from being KO'd two times, stiffed bad, to coming back at 36 years old against a hungry 30 year old, like a young, hungry KO artist, and fucking coming back, getting the championship, beating all these odds, beating all these curses, and then defending his title against an undefeated Dagestan and taking his oath. That is history books. If he does, mate, and then if he retires as the champion and defends his title, he's in my opinion, the best fighter ever in the UFC. And I think that's just my opinion. I think that's no one is able to do that. Volk is the only man that's able to do that. Volk is an absolute legend, best Aussie athlete of all time. Absolute insanity, my Volk. But good performance by Diego Lopez. He's obviously not skilled enough yet. He can't do Volk striking. What it what it like maybe if he didn't have mate the K only the power of him gives him a bit of an edge. If he didn't have that power, it would absolutely be a domination. It would absolutely be us beating by Volk. But he had that power, so he made it more competitive. But Volk still pulled off the pretty clear win, pretty dominant win. Um, just an amazing performance by Volk, and he defied all odds. Amazing. But who should Diego Lopez fight next? Yeah, Yair Rodriguez, 100%. Yeah, you're not fighting for the belt, you're fighting Diego Lopez. So, um, yeah, great performance by both. Volk is an absolute legend, one of the best of all time. He is an amazing. Like this is one of the great. This is yeah one of the greatest feats in UFC history. Right, they would just win this tonight, and I'm so happy. UFC is finally starting to end. if we get JD, okay, I don't care. We're not gonna talk about that one, but this is one of the greatest feats ever on UFC history, and I'm so happy. I'm thrilled. Um, yeah, Volk's a legend, bro. I'm so thrilled. Um, yeah, it's such good times win. Yeah, such good times win, man. Yeah, that was the card. This was an amazing card. Like, one of the best since UFC 38. I think that this is better than UFC 38, man, because we got Volk fucking defying odds. What an amazing card. Amazing fighters, amazing fights. Insane by all fighters. Great performances, great fights. Just so, man. And yeah, this is just crazy. I can't give Volk enough guys. This was amazing. This was really amazing. And Volk, he's just that good. He's that good. I don't have much to say anymore. Just Volk is an absolute goat. So, um, Lopez definitely can become champion in the future. He just has to fix it. Not even, mate. Like I think Volk beats most of the top featherweights, especially Mobsar. There's nothing but Mobsar can. Well, we're talking, about it. But yeah, I'm gonna do a video on ranking like all of Volk's main wins, just to do like a recap over his career, like we'll just do a recap of all of his main wins and stuff and how good they were and stuff like that. We're gonna reflect on how good Volk is. So yeah, stay tuned for that. What a great card. Um, there'll be some more Volk guys in the next couple of videos. So yeah, I'm stoked. Some Paddy Pimblett guys maybe, but so yeah, see you guys later, man.